seamless transition? Did it finally happen? Did it finally happen? Love to see it. Alright, well, welcome back. Final Fantasy X, we are at part 2. Let me know how audio is. I made adjustments. Obviously there is no music in the background yet, but I did edit my audio a little bit personally, and I also changed the game volume. If I need to change the audio to make myself sound a little bit more clear, or maybe the game a little bit louder, please let me know. I don't want to sound like I'm breathing too heavy into the mic, and if I put my sensitivity up to way too high, that's exactly what happens. It sounds like I'm just eating the microphone, and I only do that on Sundays. Maybe that's what I need to do for my NHL challenge. Every time I get scored on is you just eat a new microphone. Alright, so I guess while we swim down here, let me go ahead and do a recap of the plot, as a couple of you guys missed it last night. So it starts off in this very futuristic city. Once again, let me know, because now you actually have audio going in the background. It starts off in this super futuristic city, and you're about to play a sport called Blitzball, which I guess is like water polo mixed with soccer, mixed with hockey, because there's kind of fighting, and mixed with rugby. It's like everything put underwater. It's a hodgepodge of epicness. And all of a sudden this big whale comes out of the sky and destroys and kills everyone inside of the town. Not a masked guy, but a samurai looking guy from 14 comes up wearing the shades and all. And he says that it's time for your story to begin. And he chucks you up in the air and you get teleported to this place. We need to have a professional Blitzball league IRL. So we get sent over to this random temple in the middle of nowhere, and we get ambushed by this crazy looking what was that thing called, a Wendigo in 8, the one that had like all the spikes or whatever, and we definitely barely got away because some random person speaking another language comes in and chucks a grenade at it. Perfect, that's what I love to hear. So now so there is going to be a little bit of a disclosure here. I've beaten this game so many times that I've compiled every bit of the alphabet dictionary, and that's the language that they speak in the race that they are. More on that later. So when they speak, they're going to be sounding like they're making absolute, like, just, I don't even know. They're going to be sound like they're speaking in alien hieroglyphics, but subtitles are going to be at the bottom. In the actual game, when you play this, that is not the case at all, and instead, it's more or less you don't know what they're saying until you compile all of the dictionaries. But now that we already have all the dictionaries, because you're allowed to transfer the dictionaries over from playthrough to playthrough. This will be our first little bit into a new command that 10 brings to the table, and this is called trigger commands. They did not have these in Final Fantasy 8 or 7 or any game before it. Basically, the boss can use the environment, even though it's turn-based, and when doing so, you can go ahead and do a different action. Like sometimes it's wait to regain HP, or you know, whatever. So it's a brand new thing. Later on in the game, if you have certain characters involved in certain fights, you'll be able to talk to the boss, which gives you like an extra little bit of dialogue, as well as a stat boost for whoever spoke it. Also, I am going to be playing on the original soundtrack for quite a little bit, and as stated from last night, there is unfortunately no speedrunning strat that... is there? Yes, I take that back. There is speedrunning strats that exist with this game, but they are not as obscene as what we saw in Final Fantasy VIII. This game will probably take me about 160 60 hours to 100%. I'm going to be playing a lot of it on ×1 speed too, just because I haven't played this game in like 2-3 years. And I really, really like everything that this game has to offer. So we're not going to be just flying through like what we did with 8 and finish that 100% it, all abilities learned, all cards got, all ultimate weapons, blah blah blah. We're not going to be able to do that in like 30 hours. No way in hell. A full 100% of this game is very time consuming because of something that gets unlocked right before you fight the final boss. Another little bit of something that I want to go ahead and compare this to, or compare and contrast. I think contrasting would be the better word. This game is by no means like a free roamer. Like, you know, in 8, the second that the Balam started flying, it played that moving song. We were absolutely bussing. And after that, we could go free roam. We can go to places undiscovered. We could fly over to Trabia Garden without us even knowing what it was, for God's sake. This doesn't have that. The only side quests that are given to you are literally right before the final boss. I kid you not. You will know exactly when it happens because the game actually gets like a world map. You could fly around, and you could also go ahead and enter certain coordinates to go to secret locations. I'm speaking like 30-40 hours ahead of where we're at now. Just keep that in mind for later. Another thing that I want to note is that for those of you guys that first Final Fantasy was watching me just beat 8, the ultimate weapons, as you saw, we got in Disc 1, and like that was that, you know. We were able to go ahead and do that super easy. I can't believe we don't have strength spheres. Are you kidding me? We were able to do that super easy. Like without any issue at all, type easy. We were able to go ahead and farm the items from Triple Triad, and then we got Lionheart, and right at the start of Disc 2, I think, and we also got Save the Queen at the start of Disc 2. This game's ultimate weapons are 3-pronged. So basically, you have the ultimate weapon, you have the status ender, and you have the status gainer. So, for example, Tidus's weapon is called Khalidbolg. From there, you have to get, I think it's the Sun Sigil and the Lunar Mirror. So, if I gave Tidus Khalidbolg, right, let's say I get Khalidbolg, or it's the Sun Sigil and like the Sun Sphere, something like that. If I give Tidus Khalidbolg, at its base, it is no better than the regular weapon, the weapon that we're using now. I go ahead and I turn on the Sun Sigil, and all of the things that are making it weak go away, but it's not going to be any bit stronger than, you know, just like your average regular weapon. And then once you turn on that second sigil, it's what makes it insane. Triple speed, triple overdrive, blah 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 blah. Also, another thing is the voice acting. You guys may realize that
hey,
a little bit different than 8.
I helped out.
I don't have to try and voice the characters now. Another thing I want to go over too is the leveling system. Will be seen here in a second, if you guys saw a little bit earlier.
Hungry. Whoa! Right on.
Hey! It's 'cause you eat too fast. Hey!
Don't worry, there's not too much moaning in this game.
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo! Huh? Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Al Bhed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Al Bhed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Al Bhed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkand. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkand Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack.
Sin is the giant
And
whale.
about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light.
Orin is the samurai
I just said
man.
things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
This guy are
Because
sick.
of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkand. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way!
Something quite a few people miss. Oh, I guess we are too. Because once you get all 26 of the dictionary, they don't appear in game anymore. Anyways, there is a dictionary that's right here. For those of you guys that are watching this for your first time and want to pick this up yourself.
You said
That's pretty much what it is.
you play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh.
Alright, so Xanarkand destroyed 1,000 years. I guess
My
that
Xanarkand?
means
Some
we
kind of
traveled
holy
a
place?
whole full of grand
Yeah,
years,
right,
an
I thought.
eon into the century or into the
Since
future.
when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa, whoa!
E-tonic! E-tonic!
Whoa! Ah!
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. Alright, so we got eaten by Sin for the second time this game, and we're only 56 minutes in.
Riku!
The sport's played entirely underwater, so in fact he's a little bit better than a good swimmer.
Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
Hey!
Here he goes, going full Chad. Now the game wants us to swim to shore, but what are we gonna do? Go get the first part of Yuna's ultimate weapon. Woo! Congrats, guys. We're already a third of the way to maxing out Yuna. Okay, that's probably the easiest one. That's a joke. That's probably the easiest thing of the ultimate weapons parts to get. And trust me, some are insanely difficult.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
Mad Lad is doing bicycle kicks on repeat. Call him Klaus Fischer.
You know amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkin Abes.
What team you say again?
I meant, forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon. All right, back to practice. I'm Waka, coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs, brother. What, you hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
Alright, one of the few times I'm gonna do this. And I'm not really an item user. At least not until I have to be. I'll explain the level up system. Every time you level up, you get to do something on this grid. They give you stats. Part of the 100% requirement is maxing every character on the grid. A little bit different than other leveling systems in these games, but it is very rewarding. And I mean very rewarding. Having one character be able to do everything is really nice, and you know, it's cool. I like that system. Because like I said, you could break the living hell out of this game with it. So there's a treasure chest we're going to be looking for over here. And if we go and introduce ourselves to the Besaid Aurochs, we can go ahead and get a few items. And like I said, I'm not too much of an item guy. I will not be until Mix becomes available. But all the same, we may as well just use some potions. So as you can tell, this team is a little bit ill-willed. They're this guy could at least header the ball like a few times in a row. This guy closes his eyes whenever the ball hits him. And that poor lad's trying to do a bicycle kick and just can't muster himself to do so.
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask.
Yeah.
It's true Xanarkand
They're like
was destroyed,
Northampton.
right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkand along
I hate
with
this
him.
rendition of Wandering Flame.
Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me, though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkand Apes, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying that team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better. Maybe.
Alright, so what he said, as I know it's a little bit different to piece together, basically 1,000 years ago, a certain whale-like creature appears out of the ocean and just starts tagging people who have any bit of technological advancement. Also enter one of my favorite Final Fantasy tracks ever.
Hey, it's this way.
I had no idea about Waka's voice actor being Bender. That's insane.
Nah.
What's the big idea?
Oh yeah, so anyways, 1,000 years ago, Sin comes along, as they so name him, and he just starts tagging people left and right. Anything that's any bit technologically advanced, it's wiped just off the face of the map. Bye bye. Don't like it, but that's just how it happened. So as a result of which, a certain followers of a group of people who follow a certain figure named Yevon basically go along and say, to fight Sin, we got to go ahead and create a religion more or less and make sure that we don't remain technologically advanced so Sin doesn't come over and, you know, kill everyone in our town. So whenever they say praise be to Yevon, as you can see, that religion is still very much in power today. As stated, the first Sin massacre that occurred that took out, like, just straight wiped Xanarkand off the face of the earth was 1,000 years ago. But as you guys know, we just came from that same attack, if that's what you can call it, provided it was the same one. So we must have time traveled 1,000 years into the future. I think that's about the best summary I can give right now. But yeah, if you ever see like praise be to Yevon or stuff like that, and as you can see how Pretty much everything is very, very rural. I guess I can kind of say this right now just so it makes more plot sense later. The first thing that you say when you see Riku is she's amazed that you do not hate the Al Bhed. Well, since a lot of the world, like 99% of it, follows in the Church of Yevon, which doesn't believe in any sort of like material being, because it will just summon sin and therefore kill everyone in your town. The Al Bhed, as you saw with their high-tech ships and stuff like that, they don't really follow the Yevon rule. So as a result of which, pretty much most of the world brands them as heretics. So they have like a lot of hate. Hence why Riku was really surprised when you first meet her that you're not just, it's not on site, you don't try and kill her or something like that. So they basically speak their own language and they live outcasted. There's, I think, 5 races in this game. You've already seen 2. You've seen the He-Man and you've seen the Al Bhed. There we go, there's the power sphere. The plot really of this game isn't as complex or really wonky as 8, but if you have any questions, you guys, feel free to put them up in the chat. This is one of my favorite games of all time, so the plot is something that I'm pretty well acclimated
Got a
with.
favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
Hmm? A major Blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then, you can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on!
Sure thing.
Dude, our team is gonna rock, eh?
This game's version of Triple Triad is Blitzball.
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only 2 things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common.
It's like the ultimate sports game.
I wasn't too far off either.
If only they made it, if only EA got access to the rights to Blitzball, we'd have a new Blitzball game come out every year.
This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years. And we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit.
Northampton.
Time seemed right.
The poor lads haven't won a tournament in 10 years. As you can tell, they're pretty stacked.
After quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament. Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. Long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a Blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
I love how taken aback he is by that. What? You mean we're supposed to win in tournaments we play in? Come on, brother. You can't be serious. Trying to tell me you play
the one from the sea.
Sports to win.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
I guess I'll explain that too.
Cruise
There's a lot of factions in this
What,
game.
you forgot that too?
So as you saw, we've already met the Al Bhed, which is a faction
sorry.
race.
Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
And then this, we just met the Crusaders.
Cool. In
Um,
return, come tournament
we can
time,
go talk
I'll
to
make
them
sure
and they'll
we
give
take
us a
the
little
cup.
bit of
Cool.
uh,
About the Crusaders, you can
yeah,
ask them yourself.
this.
They
Just
got a
ask,
lodge in the
we'll ask
village.
them. we'll see what's going on there. See what they have to explain to us. I know that we've been presented with a lot of information with like the different races and the different factions, but I promise this game is not
Besaid village.
as
They got any food there?
difficult to
We'll get you
understand and
something
comprehend as
over
it
there
may
later.
seem.
Take a look around first. Let's see. The Crusaders' Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Kata are usually there. All right. Over here.
Huh? What's up?
Another thing
Do you
you'll
remember the
realize in this
prayer,
game
right?
too is dialogue options. Woo!
Of course I'd never prayed before in my life. Not that he would know that.
You must have forgot or something. Here, I'll show you.
And I said, remember when we first started this game, pay attention to the hand signs of those little kids. It has all come full circle. Look at
Go ahead,
that.
you try. Not bad. Okay, now go present yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
Alright, so this is Besaid. As you can tell, it's a big enthralling society. Let's go ahead and walk around and see what's going on. Let's talk to those guys from earlier and see what they have to tell us about the
Hey,
Crusaders.
You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
Look at that
kidding,
armor.
right?
It looks like owl eyes on
Sin.
the receptionist.
Toxin.
Mouth
Gotta
is wide
tell
open.
him who we are.
Yes, sir. The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
Alright, so kind of going on further of what he said, the Crusaders are very... I guess I'll start with saying that the religion of the Church of Yevon is very, very by the book. You pretty much have to follow the scriptures to be exact. Everything with how you cannot really advance, that just looked like Wedge from 7. To just all religious practices, everything is very, very by the book. And as such, they have a very by-the-book way of defeating Sin, which will be talked about here in like 10 minutes time. The Crusaders go and are basically
them
outcasted
standing
from
in
the
that
church
place.
because they believe that people are allowed to go ahead and fight Sin as regular. I'll just wait till later to explain that, but just know that they're basically a faction of outcasted peoples from the church who believe that they could kill
I
Sin
began
by
to
hand.
realize how different this world was from my own.
I never realized that those two were in the very first temple. How interesting. And the song playing in the background is the Hymn of the Faith. which is one of the more popular Final Fantasy songs. Beautiful if you guys have ever been to distant worlds as well. Their rendition of the song is fantastic.
10 years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Well, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's, toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
So, as you can see, people are paying homage to the summoners that have successfully defeated Sin, and they want us to do the same thing. The religion is basically centered around said thing. You go ahead and you worship the people that have defeated Sin in the past, and summoners that have become high summoners, which you get that title after defeating Sin. So, you guys must be wondering then, wait a minute, I don't understand. If there is at least 5 statues in there, and all of them have claimed to defeat Sin, why did he pick us up and throw us already twice? To that I will say that will be explained here in just a short amount of time, but if you have that question, I promise it's not a plot hole.
Sorry, man. Take a nap.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly. But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
Flashbacks like this will be very
But
common,
he
by the
might
way.
die.
Fine, let him.
Those are young Titus,
Do you hate him so?
as you guys probably imagined.
But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
Poor daddy to issues Titus.
Waka?
Alright, so let's go see what happened at the temple, because that church guy came in and took him. Let's see what's going on.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
I don't think Luzu has a mustache, by
Is
the way.
it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
The precepts must be obeyed.
I was like, said earlier, very
Like I care.
by the book religion. And Mr. Titus, who has no idea what it is, doesn't care.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
Put on the old ×4. Alright, let's fly through this. The Glacier Trials is basically a test of puzzles to see if the summoner and her guardians are mentally and physically prepared to take on to the next step. They are in every major city in Spira. Oh, shoot. I think he's 21? Hold on. No, I'm sorry. He's only 17. And yes, Tidus has also just branded himself as a heretic. With that being said. So this doesn't really have any reliance to the plot. These are just a series of puzzles. They're pretty easy to follow. I'm just going to go ahead and fly through these because, like I said, they don't really matter. And on times 4 speed, I could go through these very, very fast. There's only one thing that matters here, and it involves us getting something very important later on in the game. Every single one of the Cloistro Trials has a secret item inside, which is done by doing something in the puzzle that is secret, as you guys can probably tell. Tuna is also 17. So, the secret thing that you do, provided you do it correctly, will go ahead and net you a thing called a Destruction Sphere. With the Destruction Sphere, you can go ahead and place that into a certain recess that may or may not have been hidden, and upon doing so, you will unlock the item. With the item being unlocked, a certain little glyph will shine, and you will know that you have unlocked it. You needed to, in order to get the super secret thing that I am not going to explain for obvious purposes, you need to have every single Destruction Sphere item glyph lifted. Of course, this is the start. I believe there are 6 in total. This one is by far the easiest too. You go ahead and you grab the glyph sphere. Whoa, secret hole in the wall. Go ahead, grab the Destruction Sphere. Run back to where we got the Besaid sphere from. Enter in the Destruction Sphere over yonder. You will see that magenta light go over and touch this glyph. There is an explosion, and look at that, a certain chest with a seal around it. We go ahead and open it, and as you can see, that glyph has now been lifted. So, that is the first part, and that is all we need to do here. So let me go ahead and let's see if I can grab this on times 4 speed. I can. Let's go back to regular speed now.
Hey! What's gotten into you? Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
To kind of
A
make
guardian?
sense of what he said, apprentice summoner is someone who's studying the religion and wants to go ahead and become a
Summoners
summoner.
go on a pilgrimage
There you
to
go.
pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them.
Simple as.
The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a sure fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
You can tell who our black
it's,
mage is.
It's just...
I guess Yuna is,
told you she
Tuna,
gets mad easy.
I guess is a nun of some sorts. We've now been introduced to our third race, the Ronso.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
So real quick, the, I'll let the scene play out first.
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
Heterochromia and all. Yeah, Japan's favorite Final Fantasy, I think, second favorite character? Most coveted female character.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
Okay, so apprentice summoner is someone who's basically like a nun studying in the Church of Yevon. When they want to go ahead and become the summoner's path and go on pilgrimage in order to achieve every Aeon and pray at every temple across Spira, they become a summoner after they get their first Aeon. A high summoner, or a summoner then becomes a high summoner once they defeat Sin.
Hey, over here!
And now to prove if Yuna has become a summoner from an apprentice summoner.
What? Ow!
Wait till you see this.
I can't see anything.
Oh, and if you guys are wondering what I was talking about with Enocro's earring and Wolf, you can see that little
Okay.
insignia now. Very, very cool nod, by the way. And here's my favorite wolf character that we got. And now you guys know why. So, Yuna has now become a summoner. She completed her first task. Chat, say congratulations, Yuna. Well, happy everyone.
I had never
is.
seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
Bye, Valafor.
I remember, that night, we talked for the first time. I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Let me introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team. His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say hi.
Hi guys. So what's our goal?
To do our best! Nope, we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory! To
What?
win every match, defeat every opposing team.
What?
To bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Victory! 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 Victory!
Lads hyping each other up at local.
We sure got the boys worked up.
We did. About ready to go win the World Cup, baby.
You heathen!
Stay away from the summoner! You're a bad man!
Lady Yuna, be careful.
But it was really my fault to begin with. I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kinda overreacted.
Oh, no. I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah? Don't get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy. Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen.
Shot
If you
down.
get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
Stay away.
Remember, guys, if there's ever someone in this world named Keepa, always put him in net. Spain did the same exact thing.
Good. Sleep tight.
Lad said, "Nai." Something I like about this too is that ×4 speed doesn't mess with the cutscenes. I know in 3 or 8 it did, which led to some pretty memey moments. But like if you're trying to play this game for the first time, stay away from the summoner. And it's like one of the big tag memes of this game. That tagline.
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Hey!
Look at that stride,
You
the
said you'd
Chad
go with
stride.
me.
Oh, hey,
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
He did?
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
Hey, stop dreaming!
Titus having
You
wife
with a
of
woman?
Wilson Snuggins.
You can't even catch a ball!
Got him.
Oh, what's the matter? Gonna cry again? Cry. That's the only thing you're good for.
Look at that loving father right there.
Huh? What'd you say?
You have to speak loudly.
I never realized young Titus is wearing an Abe shirt.
I hate you.
It's kind of cool.
Huh?
That's the spirit.
You can do it.
I hate you!
He's dead, okay? Dead. He does look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like, he isn't Chapu. You shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Do you think she has enough belts?
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but...
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
I hear he says he got a bed made for us, but I'm pretty sure we were sleeping at the inn.
Scary. So, who's Chapu?
My little brother, Chapu. He looked like you.
He's dead?
What a way to inch to that conversation.
He was with the Crusaders when they fought Sin last year. He didn't make it. I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
I became a guardian to fight Sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, After the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
What? What do you mean? Renoa is so much better than Yuna. That was a joke, by the way. Please don't. Please, chat, don't ravish me. That was an absolute lie. Alright, you guys ready for the tagline?
Hey,
Every Final
sleepyhead.
Fantasy is known by its,
Something I want to give you.
Whoa! You're giving this to me?
Yeah, use it well.
It's every Final Fantasy is known by its main character's weapons, at least in the later ones.
That's the sword you
Say
gave
like
Chapu.
7 through 15.
Well, he never used it.
The front cover has this, so this is the main sword. This is the Buster
Where's Yuna?
Sword slash Gunblade.
We're taking the
Final
same boat
Fantasy
as
X.
Yuna, right? Why do we gotta wait here?
Thank you, Titus, for the manners.
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Oh, here's Yuna's theme.
Since then,
This looks.
she's
This
been like a
sounds
little
really good when
sister
it's
to me and
rearranged
Lulu.
too.
But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
For those of
You
you
really
that
don't
may or may
need
not
all
know,
that
you would
luggage.
recognize this song as
They're
the
not really
instrumental
my
for
things.
Suteki, don't
They're
they?
gifts for the temples we're to visit.
This isn't a vacation, Yuna.
I guess you're right.
Okay, off we go.
Right now, a quick rundown how battle is going to work with multiple characters.
Hey, why don't you try out that sword I gave you?
Yoink!
Nope. Not too shabby. You kept up with him pretty well. Might make a good guardian someday.
No, please do not say that. Do not say that.
A flyer. My kind of customer.
Another thing that you will see me do a lot in this game that I did not do in 8 is characters actually matter. At least in the beginning, before max sphere grid, character stats actually matter. Tidus is very, very strong against character or enemies that are fast-paced. The wolves, the whatever.
That looks like trouble.
Waka's accuracy is high, so he's good at things that fly.
Told ya. Only magic can beat that thing. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have our black mage show you what I mean. Lou, you're up.
Alright, and then for those of you guys that know from
I'm here.
every other Final Fantasy, flans are...
Spells of ice work, and ice fiends are you follow.
I get fire and ice.
Lightning and water are. This one here is a water.
So yeah, as you guys saw, our black mage is going to be used against... Yeah, she does. She uses dolls as her weapon. Black mages are useful against flans and all the elemental type monsters.
Take your time.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Lulu was playing 15 in 2002.
Are you ready?
What's going on?
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. Chappu didn't pray that day. Said he'd miss his boat.
Well, if Chappu died because he didn't pray, let's not pray either.
That should do it.
Also, just from doing the Cloister of Trials, I didn't realize how fast we fly at ×4 turbo. It's like you're playing a game on, like, supersonic speed. Oh, more outbed things here. Those are all just different locations, basically, secret locations. And look, if you thought we were missing someone. Everyone's favorite character, the most useful one in the game. I didn't realize that Tidus is... Either we're getting lucky or Tidus' evasion stat is very decent.
That's enough.
Yes, this is the new 15 or 14 race, yes.
What's with that guy?
Kimari Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the Fiend's way of fighting.
And the
That's
decisions
not
don't
what
really
I
matter
meant.
too much now.
He's another Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kamari doesn't talk much anyway. But he has protected me since I was a child.
Yeah, no, the Rothgar are the Ronso. That's why they're called that in the first. And that's also why they made the first ever Rothgar was Kamari. So just like how they made the first ever VR Fran.
A flyer! That's your department, right?
True, true. But, why don't we let our summoner show us what she's made of?
Alright, now you guys get a look at Guardian Forces Aeon Summons Espers
Show
Eidolons.
us what your training has taught you, Yuna.
Okay.
So as you can see in this game, you control the summon. Some people like it, some don't. I personally like it a lot. So if Tidus is for small enemies, Lulu is for elementals, and Waka is for flyers. Kimari is going to be for heavily defended ones that need piercing damage. Yuna's the one that you use for all the very rare monsters that are very powerful. Because summons are very, 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 very powerful in this game. At least for like the first 90% of it, summons are going to be what can carry, definitely make or break your game. They also, for the very first part of the game, level alongside Yuna, so it's important to level her because her summons get her stats. Actually, they do the whole game, but there's just easier ways to go and level them. As you saw there, we just started the game. Yuna hasn't even leveled up, and even though it was a overdrive limit break, Valifor where the lad just hit 1200 on an attack. So I'm gonna do this for. I'm pretty sure Yuna knows Kier already. Oh, we're at full health. So something that's important in this game is always switching out your party members. I'm gonna do this now for the sake of leveling up and getting spheres. Oh, that's really, really unlucky.
Not one of these again.
Waka, this...
Does he have Dark Attack at this level?
No problem. Say good.
Oh, he does. Okay. So Waka at this level is also really good for elemental stuff. Or I'm sorry, enfeeblements. So like, as you saw there, we hit that with blind. He's also going to get like silence attack, that kind of stuff. So Waka's good with that. And now this thing will not be able to hit us. So there's really two ways you can go about fighting this, the Garuda. You could go ahead and summon Yuna and just spam with whatever. Using Valifor, or you can go ahead and do it a little bit more strategic and use Waka. That was really lucky. We had literally had the perfect party for that. So at this point of the game, it's good to go ahead and grind out not levels but spheres. You can get quite a few decent spheres at this point. We're getting power and mana, so that's the reason why I have it on a little bit faster speed. You don't really need to level grind this early on in the game. Technically, there's not any time in this game that you like actually need to level grind. This game is very by the book, very like. As long as you fight enemies and have a good bit of strategy and people are leveled up, you really don't have to worry so much about the whole, I need a level grind. But if there's one thing that you should do, it's always focus on the spheres. This is the first time in the game that you can go about and get spheres, so I'm going to take this as like 5 minutes just to level up. It's also going to be very important for our level up method of choice, which will be later on, as the level up method of choice involves a Tonberry, which does damage based off of how many enemies we've killed. So we can go ahead and eventually we're going to have to come back here and grind anyways and just fight with a single person. But right now I'm going to try and get at least 20 of every sphere. We're going to be able to level up quite a bit from this, and like I said, it doesn't really matter what level we get to. I'm more here just for the spheres. The most rare sphere is the ability sphere, which there's an ability later on that will allow us to get those 100% of the time. I think it's given to us by Waka, but right now you want to go ahead and get, like I said, 20 of every sphere is a really good starting point, and it's not bad to get some extra levels along the way. There is a few times in this game where there is a difficulty spike, but like I said, the most important thing that you can do right now is just go after spheres, and we're getting like 3 in a fight. That's not bad, but it's better when we get 3 enemies like this. Something that I really like about this remaster is the mods for sure. Like, as you could tell, we're for story purposes, like, I'm not going to leave ×4 on the whole time. You get a lot of the ambience out of the game when you're just playing it on super speed. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off during times, but when I'm grinding, and specifically when we have to do stuff later on involving the monster hunting portion of the game, or side quest, we're definitely going to use this ×4 feature. For now, I'm only going to do it very, very sporadically, and it's going to be for cases of us just trying to get spheres. But I think we gotten 20 of every, so we're going to go ahead and head out right now. I'll be able to check, actually. Uh, 24 of speed and mana. I didn't see so much about the others. I think with ability we're only at... And we could fight a little bit more. We should probably level up Yuna as well. Flee will be an important ability a little bit later on. Let me go ahead and throw Yuna in there. Of course, we get a flyer the second that we take Yuna out. Lulu will be able to hit it. Tidus too? Tidus' accuracy is decently high at the start of this. Okay, or not. Jeez, game. Alright, I think that's good. I am going to utilize the frequent encounters option quite a bit throughout this game. Just want to kind of note that. But right now we're good. We'll continue on in the story. Alright, and we got a new armor for her. We get a few items from people who are leaving. So besides that, we're going to be heading out on our way. Head on our way. Just in case you thought Final Fantasy VIII was the last time we could move our character in cutscenes, no sir! We're back at it again with more seed tactics.
Goodbye.
Yeah, no, it'll never be as funny as Squall, but first look at Moving in Green 2, another good song. This soundtrack's just filled with bangers. Well, I don't know why the village was so sad. It's not like they're gonna see Yuna ever again. She's just gonna go ahead and beat Sin and be back on her way. Tidus said, yoink. Mine now. Tidus, that is disgusting. some binoculars. Come on now, lad. Hey, he's just a heathen.
Oh, those fascinating clothes you're wearing.
Everyone's favorite character.
Yeah! Filthy, filthy. These won't sell. Or me name's not a waka. Don't look like you got much money, either.
What a scumbag.
I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, got him.
Awaka the 23rd. Merchant extraordinaire.
Awaka the who?
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
Wow, what a scumbag. Let's donate him some money.
But someday. Say, lad, you wouldn't...
Let's give him... Okay.
I guess it pays to ask.
It'll come in handy later on. The power room.
What the heck is that?
What the heck is what?
What is this place?
The power room, like it says on the door?
Yeah, but why the big birds?
What's so strange about chocobo power?
Chocobos? Those are chocobos?
What? You've never seen a chocobo? What kind of backwater island did you come from, anyway?
Got him.
Miracles and oddities were starting to become daily routine on this trip.
Want to see the best reference ever?
La 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 la.
Alright, that one writes itself. I don't even need to say anything. How you doing, brother? Oh, he's not doing too hot. He's gonna get sick if he keeps watching him. So he's hiding out. Alright, fair enough. Let's see how Lucy and Gata are doing.
Restricted area.
Alright. That was a misclick on my part. Hey, look at it's Biggs from Final Fantasy VII. Alright, well that's all the exploring we can do.
Come to think of it, I haven't told you where we're going. First to Kilika Island. Then we change boats and head for Luca. For that though, Yuna's gotta pray at the temple. I'll be guarding. We'll be praying for the Aurochs' victory too, so you come along, yeah?
Great plan.
Hey, it is a great plan.
Don't look at me.
Word is, that summoner's got noble blood. I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter.
Oh, the guy that we
Don't
saw in
say.
the temple? The guy who defeated Sin?
Lord Braska's
a decade
daughter?
ago? Who's Lord Braska?
So, is Yuna's father famous or something?
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Waka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Huh?
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, they all walked away from us. Let's see how Kamari's doing today. He's just kind of looking at us. Not in the mood to talk. Well, Yuna's alone. You gotta do the smolder.
the wind. It's nice.
The first awkward laugh scene, but it's not as good as the other one.
You're a blitzball player, aren't you? From Xanarkin, right?
You hear that from Waka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Waka. Waka doesn't believe me at all.
But I believe you.
Huh?
I've heard in Xanarkin, there is a great stadium, all lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me. He was my
Whoa.
father's guardian.
Checked. My father. His name is Jecht.
Amazing! You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
Sounds like him, but it can't be him.
Why not?
My old man, he died. 10 years ago, off the coast of Xanarkin.
I'm sorry.
He went out to sea for training one day, and never came back. And no one's seen him since then.
Why, that's the day that Jecht came to Spira.
But...
Huh?
It's true, I first met Jecht 10 years and 3 months ago. I remember that was the day my father left. The date fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how would he get here?
Alright, so now we know we're not 1,000
You're
years into the
here.
future then.
Are you not?
Not again! That's already the 3rd time!
What do you think you're doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Sin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it. Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner.
Wait! Oh boy!
Oh, Shoes, and thank you for the follow. What a time for the what a time for the victory song. Alright, our first time actually fighting Sin. That timing was great. Alright, so there's a few ways we can go about this. Yeah, somebody clip that. If somebody's on PC, I'll go back and I'll clip it for sure, but if anyone wants to do it now, go for it. Alright, so as you can see, this is our first fight against Sin. He's only sitting on 2,000 health, but you never know, right? As you can see, this is going to be a ranged fight. I know I was talking about that a little bit earlier. So there's a few ways we can go ahead and do it. As things go on, he's going to sporadically send more of those Sin spawns down. So you could kind of focus on them and then focus on the boss, or you could kind of just focus on Sin himself throughout the whole 2K of the fight. Honestly, the main goal that I try and do is just get energy ray with Balor, because once that goes off, as you saw earlier, it can hit up to be 1,200 or so. And when you get that, then all you have to do is just get him down about halfway, and we're pretty much already there. The other way you can do this is Lulu and Waka spam, by the way. Really, either one works. I'll go ahead and get a kill here just to get the limit. Oh, I don't even get the kill, or I don't even get limit. I'm going to keep calling it limit. I already know. I'll try and correct myself and call it overdrive, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just so used to saying limit from 8. Alright, now we have overdrive. In before we die. No, we're good. So remember what I said about summons being strong. This lad literally just took out like the whole fight himself. Yep, there we go, about 1,200. That's all it needed. This next part always gave me difficulty when I was younger. Look at that control. He's just used a boomerang on it, it ricocheted, and he got the ball back. He also used the Phoenix down. I wonder if a certain character should have done that in another game. Dolphin. Alright. Sin Spawn Genevis, I believe, is this one. Or is this the Sin Spawn Achilles or whatever? Yep, it is. Okay, Genevis is the other one. He has ads, and he also has himself. The annoying part about this fight comes in the ads, specifically. Their strategy behind this thing is that he hits hard, but he's susceptible to being blinded. So that's gonna miss. I hate having to go ahead and focus on ads who just respawn. Plus they die after their one hit is over, so we're gonna focus on the boss pretty much the whole fight. But like I said, they're gonna come back. Everyone gangsta till Jaw win Kahoot. Some of his attacks can't miss. You just saw one there. That or I think his blind is up. There we go. That was a really nice critical hit that we got. He should be done in this next 2 hits here. I've played this game far too many times. I've had to use potions in that fight. I am very glad that I didn't have to then. Get a nice little bit of spheres and AP there. Look, it's a beautiful village. It's just like Besaid. Look at how happy everyone is. Look at the little babies are playing blitzball. Now look at, that's the blitzball that the kid was playing with. This game may or may not have a few Bible thump moments, but this one is.
When Sin attacked Zanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira.
This one hurted.
I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world.
Yeah, there's two positives to come out of this scene. The one you'll see in like 5 minutes.
This was my
the first,
new
the other one
reality,
is the lap pillow.
and I was stuck in it for good.
The Chad lap pillow. That may be the dumbest thing that I've ever seen ever typed in this chat ever. Thank you for that. If we give Sin a girlfriend, he will not kill villages anymore. I've seen a lot of things typed in my day, but I don't even know. I'm not even going to respond. That's the bait of Babylon right there.
Greetings.
Sin Cell.
I've come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, Milady Summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
God, that's too good.
Thanks, BTA.
That's too
Our
good.
loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
Everyone gangster till Sin starts talking about how we live in a society. All right, you guys. No memes. All right, hold
We'll go
off.
see what we can do to help in town.
We're about to witness one of my favorite scenes in any Final Fantasy. Like, this is a top 5 scene. A top 5 scene. Of course, Final Fantasy VII, Calm Flashback number 1. This I've placed probably at number 2, maybe number 3. Alright, sit back, drink your stuff from local, eat your snacks, and enjoy.
What's ascending? Are we going somewhere?
You truly are clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory that's the problem? The dead need guidance. Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate. They yearn to live on and resent those still alive. You see, they envy the living. And in time, that envy turns to anger, even hate. Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living. Sad, isn't it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Summoners do this?
Alright, sit back. Let it sink in.
It must be tough, being a summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way, until the end.
Until the end? What's the end?
Best attack in Final Fantasy VIII.
Until she defeats sin.
Oh.
I hope I did okay.
You did very well. They've reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time. Hmm?
I wished there would never be a next time. No more people being killed by Sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I never wanted to see it again.
Oh, what's up? At least we still have a place to sleep. What's up, Sprout? How you doing today? I'm gonna be a blitzball when I grow up. Best of luck on that journey, kid.
Hey, you awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
I don't understand. He just wants to be a blitzball when he grows up. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. To this day, it has never been explained if that was a mistranslation or if the kid genuinely wants to become a blitzball when he grows up.
Temple, where we pray for victory.
Maybe he meant blitzballer.
High Summoner O'Holland used to live in the Kilika Temple here. Yep. Lord O'Holland was once a great blitzer, you know.
Waka. Praying for victory's all good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win.
I hope you never met a kid who said, when I grow up, I want to become a brick.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
Because they can't take my goal like that. That's my dream.
Whoa!
Chat's going off tonight. You guys are funny tonight. Look at that, we just saved a kid. Listen to this. Yeah, I'm repairing this now, but it'll all be destroyed when Sin comes again. He destroys it. I fix it, and he destroys it. It's a never-ending cycle, I tell you. It's not just Kilika. All of Spear has been ravaged by Sin. This kid, his name is Kefka Palazzo. I think this is the lady who lost her kids. I wanted to believe it was just a bad dream, that it was all just a dream, and when I opened up my eyes, everything went back to being normal. But when morning came, nothing changed. No, she says dad, so I guess she lost her father. Yeah, as you can tell, very happy game. Alright, I'm gonna go get some water real quick. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Seriously, like under a minute. I'm just parched. Back. That better have been under a minute. Alright, let us continue.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah?
Smacked.
He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
He's in.
What? What do you mean?
A collective
just that-
clap for our friend. He got out of the
well-
friend zone.
We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
My apologies.
Poor Titus doesn't understand what's going on. Yeah, that's true. Waka's already wrong with his prediction that... the calm before the storm. This soundtrack, man. I forgot how good it is until you hear it. Let us now use the most import. Everyone's favorite
Kimari,
character in the
why
game.
don't you... What?
Kimari.
Normally, it's just... But when Alonso uses...
Hey!
The most useful character ever. As you guys can tell from what we just did. Enter the game's Blue Mage. And he's also doubles over as a Dargan. Alright, thank you, Kamari. I will now never use you for the rest of the game. That was very, very cool. Thank you for showing me that ability. Alright, so you're not supposed to do this fight.
The fiend before us is Ochu, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
T just be like, I don't know what discretion means. Look at Luzu and gotta hightail out of there. Implying we aren't about to kill this thing. We got this. I wish we had scan. I wish Lulu had scan. I forget if this thing's weak to fire or if it's weak to thunder. Let's check. I'm assuming it's gonna be fire. It is fire. Yuna has scan because of her rod we got. I thought I turned on short summoning animations. Whatever. Alright. We don't have level 2 magic yet. That's fine. But Valifor will be able to hold its own against this thing. Let's turn on defense mode. Our overdrive gauge is not going to really charge that much, so we're taking a calculated risk here. But I want this fight for longevity, not so much the initial hit. Can we get a delay? Provided we could at least do like a K damage with Valifor, I'm cool with it. We'll be able to win this fight though. Please use Poison Claw. Don't die, dude. We were so close. That would have pretty much have ended the fight. Well, it's a little bit more challenging now, but that's okay, because it's not bad at all. We could still do this. She'll hit about 388 a hit. 430! Love it. In this scenario, pretty much every character is useless. That its name is not Lulu. Oh, now this is where the annoying part comes in. He used sleep. So now he's going to restore health every turn. I guess we can go ahead and use Waka, even though that dude is for sure gonna die. Alright. Figures when we need Yuna the most. Alright, well he didn't die. One more turn and he's gone. Alright. Oh! 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 Back-to-back evasions! Alright. We got him. Alright. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm surprised she doesn't have S in it, but look how wrong I was. I think this is it. Yeah, fire hits and it's over. That'll give us overkill too, if I'm not mistaken. Never mind. Whatever. Gives you an MP sphere? Are you kidding?
Whoa. A summoner and her guardians. Very impressive.
Sir, we should fight too.
We'll get our chance soon enough.
Young Crusaders gather around.
Look at him getting jiggy. Alright. We're still gonna have frequent encounters turned on because, you know, I want to go ahead and get some ability spheres here. Because we get haste coming up. I believe that's haste already. And since we're going for max sphere grid, we're gonna get abilities as they come. The issue is that these first abilities that Yuna has are god near useless. You have to use them very strategically for them to even matter. Like, very strategically. They're the null abilities, so they basically null. You put it on someone and it's a shield, effectively.
Hope I make it to the tournament.
Oh, wow, Titus, that doesn't sound very enthusiastic. So yeah, more or less you put it on somebody and it's a shield. And the shield absorbs elements. If you're going against an up and elemental fight, the null abilities are great. They'll absorb a hit just fine. The problem is that when compared to an elixir?
Hey!
Wow. Yeah, so the issue comes in that I never use them. Maybe that's just me, but unless you're going up against elementals like we just did, you very rarely. Why do we keep getting ambushed? Oh, nice, and everyone gets poisoned too. I'm gonna bring Yuna in. Waka's next turn. I don't think she could summon though. Nah. She'll be able to cure Lulu though. Titus is gonna have to die. Sorry, Titus. He has overdrive.
Check this out.
Titus's overdrive evolves the more you use it, so we're gonna go ahead and use that. Oh, well, what a short-lived victory. I don't think we have an ability sphere. I'm surprised we got an MP sphere already though. Let's throw that in there. MP plus 40. Those little blank nodes here, basically you can go ahead and put spheres in them that will make them any node. So we use MP. The most broken one is luck. And the luck sphere is also the hardest to get. So it looks like we have a lot of mana and speed, but we're missing out on ability and power. Alright. When you get level 2 magic is when Lulu becomes really, really decent. Of course, we won't be able to get that for quite a little while. Until quite long after the next segment. But, it's still a good investment to have anyways. I wonder if I should have given that MP to Lulu instead. I probably should have put that sphere on Lulu. I mean, at the end of the day, it won't matter, but she uses it a lot more than Yuna does. I should have used Blizzard there, but it's fine. For one of the fights that'll be coming up in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and start using Yuna as well. We're going to be prepping for a certain side quest fight that is a little bit more prevalent throughout the game. So as you guys know, the save sphere now fully restores our HP, so kind of nice. What's not nice is the fact that we don't have ability spheres. We need those. And like I said earlier, those are very far and in between. I think it's Waka who gets the ability sphere ability, which basically every time you use it, the monster that you kill will drop a ability sphere. The problem is that you need one ability sphere in order to use that ability. And guess what we don't have? And guess what Titus is doing? He's getting a lot. Well, you know, it doesn't really matter. We'll just move him after, but... we need ability spheres to drop. I don't even know if they could drop from these enemies. Maybe that's the issue. Alright, there we go. Still no? Manosphere. Exactly what we don't need. Well, like I said when we were in Besaid still, it's always very important to level grind and get spheres early on. You never know when you're going to need them, and trust me. We're going to need, the sphere grinding will probably be one of the more difficult parts about this game, especially later on after we do our strategy. I don't know why we keep getting ambushed. This shouldn't be like that common of something that happens. Here we are. Because we haven't really gotten past the tutorial yet, the game whenever, like if you wonder why there's a pause when Titus goes and misses a hit, the issue is that it still kind of registers that we're a new player. So it says, Titus, you can't hit those or whatever, so people are supposed to hit basically what they're supposed to hit. Well, once you hit a certain point of the game, it doesn't really matter, and that will go away. So anyways, while we're out here and level grinding for a little bit, how was your guys' day? Do you guys have anything fun? I remember yesterday the most exciting thing that chat was talking about was how someone ate a chicken sandwich. Was there anything more exciting than the chicken sandwich today? And that was a misclick. Lemonade did get censored too. That was also something that happened. You went to the mall? Okay. That's better than eating a chicken sandwich. You got juice? What kind of juice did you get? Alright, that's a totally different comment. Raspberry, mojito, and I don't even know what that means, but I hope it was good. My spear? I look at that, I have a weapon in this game. Alright, we really, and I mean really, need to go and get an ability sphere. Okay, let's turn that back to normal. Is that the ability one? Extract ability. We just need one ability sphere. Thank you for the donation. I don't know. Yeah, that. I think if we talk to her, she gives us something. A remedy. That's not too bad. All right. We really. Let's go back to the save point. Ability sphere. Scout? I believe that's a walker weapon. Yeah. Alright. Wow, she dodged that. I think we have to fight... Yeah, we might have to go ahead and fight the... what's coming up next in order to... go and get any ability sphere. These things like just do not exist. High potion. Yes, I've seen salad fingers. I remember in 2013 maybe 2014, because it was the season that the Kings had won the Stanley, or were going to win the Stanley Cup. I had my playoffs was down in San Diego when I was still traveling around the U.S. and playing hockey, and I had like our final tournament was in San Diego, and it was for all the top teams in California. So we went down there, and pretty much every team that played was in the same exact hotel, because that's what the hotel was sponsored by, like the federation that we played for, which was Kaha. And so it was funny because we had a huge rivalry with the Valencia Flyers, and these guys were in the same, like literally right next door to me and the Buds. So you know, that's a story. The Lux Sphere? That's a story for another time though. But I remember during that whole entire thing, I had like two buddies that were in my room. Well, one actually like slept in the same hotel room that I did, and the other one just come in and like play chill or kind of mess around. And I remember like for some reason these kids were a year younger than I was, and for some reason the day before I think it was the semifinal that we had, which ironically enough was against Valencia, this kid pulls out his phone and goes on like his YouTube recommendations, since we had just won that day, and we were just waiting to play again, and we were waiting for the game in the morning against Valencia. So we were kind of winding down, and we were already tired from the game, and my buddy pulls out his phone and goes on YouTube recommendations to go ahead and watch.
These stone steps have a history, you know.
Hold on, I'll let the scene play out first.
Yep. Lord O'Holland trained here at his peak.
A race, huh? Think you can beat me?
Yuna, if you would.
Ready?
Hey!
Ah, huh? Hey!
Kids.
It was always like the weirdest laugh.
No!
Everyone, quick! Sin spawn!
Alright, so anyhow, we were all kind of winding down, and we were just talking about like homework or whatever, since the tournament was pretty much all weekend. It was just around finals time as the year was dying down. The playoffs were about to start in the NHL and whatnot. So my buddy pulled up his YouTube recommendations, and for some reason, I don't know what this kid was looking at before, but Salad Fingers comes up on the recommendation list, and my buddy was so like, just like what am I looking at, that he decided on watching, like, he binged the whole entire series. And I remember he was so weirded out by all of it, and like he thought it was hilarious, and I remember he kept showing us, and I think that was the first time that I had seen it. I think I had heard about it at school. It's my freshman year of high school, but it was the first time that he had actually heard about it and seen it. So it was really, really funny, and that's like the one memory I always have with that. By the way, if you want to talk about something that ends terribly, that story doesn't have a happy ending. I had a huge rival who played on the Valencia Flyers, and me and that kid who actually was watching Salad Fingers did a combined knockout on this kid. We ended up taking them out in the semifinals, or it was the quarterfinals, my bad. We ended up taking them out, and that was like a huge upset. We were supposed to lose. We were the underdog team. They had a really good season. We took out our biggest rivals. It was an absolute masterclass, right? A sports moment that you love to see. So we went on to go to the semifinals, and the bad part of this comes in that we lost in the semifinals to another team in Southern California, and we lost in triple overtime. That's like a sports moment that I personally played, and that, like, to this day will always still haunt me. I remember us losing that playoff. Oh man, I think we lost to just in the Western Conference semifinal, or technically at that point it was the Western Conference final. It was a heartbreaker. We had traveled all around from Utah to Las Vegas to Northern California to just try and train before the playoffs started, and we still lost in triple overtime. It was something that you hated to see. But anyways, yeah, so I guess Salad Fingers has that. And you think that the plot of Salad Fingers is better than Final Fantasy VIII? That's an interesting one. I don't know if I'm going to agree with you.
Yeesh.
Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
You handle yourself pretty well. You got talent.
Hey. So, what are these sin spawn anyway?
Fiends. They fall from Sin's body and are left behind in its wake.
Leave him alone and Sin comes back for him. You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle, I think that was when I started seriously considering becoming a guardian.
Ability sphere! Woo! We did it! Now we're gonna go ahead and use that on Waka, because we can go ahead and start getting a lot more abilities now. Love to see it. Love to see it. So every time you use extract ability, like I was saying earlier, you can go ahead and get an ability. We're gonna need to go ahead and do that. I guess now, like, multiple times. We can do that after the Cloister of Trials, though.
Huh.
So, they got fiends in Xanarkand.
Hey, you guys,
too.
I'm gonna drop
Just a few.
a link
It's a
in
big
the
deal when one shows
in
up,
the
though.
Discord or in the chat.
Hey,
I want you to go ahead and click on
since
it.
when have you believed me about Xanarkand anyway?
I've been thinking. Maybe people Sin gets to don't die. Maybe Sin carries them through time, like 1,000 years through time. And then one day, maybe they just pop back, see?
Amazing. Simply amazing. You make up one theory after another, refusing to face the simple truth. Sin didn't take Chappu anywhere. Sin crushed him and left him on the Jose shore. Your brother won't just pop back. Oh, and one more thing. No matter how much you want it, no one can take Chappu's place. No one can replace Sir Jekt, for that matter. And there's no replacement for Lord Braska, either. It's pointless to think about it. And sad.
I could never be what Chappu was. Well, stuff happens. Best not to worry.
Waka, Lulu, and Waka's brother, Chappu. Something had happened between them a long time ago. I was sure of it. Well, whatever it was none of my business, that's for sure. Best not to go there.
Yeah, so since I bought all the Monogatari books at Barnes & Noble, they sent me an email right now, and I was just looking at it, and those 2 books were on there. Go ahead and give those 2 links a click. I'm not making that up. That is quite literally on the Barnes & Noble website. If any of you guys want to buy me both of those for my for my birthday, very, very much appreciated. Especially the first one.
You here to pray for victory too?
Us? Pray? Who needs to pray? The Luca goers always win.
Oh yeah? Then why you here?
We've been praying for some competition this year.
So what's your goal this time? You gonna do your best again? Ha! It's too bad your best isn't good enough. Why even bother showing up?
This time, we play to win.
Ooh, play away. Just remember, even kids can play, boys.
See you in the finals!
We'll beat them. We have to.
You know that team?
Putting people down. They're as bad as my old man.
But Sir Jekt was a kind and gentle man.
Well, not my Jekt.
Even 10 years after he left. Just thinking about my old man got me angry. But maybe that was just my way of keeping him... Nah.
Alive was the word choice there. Alright, we got another Cloister of Trials. It comes to the territory of the temple. There you go. Kilika Temple is the Temple of Fire. If you guys have played Final Fantasy, you know which summon always comes seemingly first. In this case it wasn't, but he's not far off.
Lord O'Holland, guide our feet.
A summoner, are you?
My name is Yuna, from the Isle of Besaid.
Donna? So, you're High Summoner Braska's daughter. That's quite a name to live up to. My. And all these people are your guardians? My, what a rabble. As I recall, Lord Braska had only 2 guardians. Quality over quantity, my dear. Whatever were you thinking? I have need of only 1 guardian. Right, Bartello?
I only have as many guardians as there are people I can trust. I trust them all with my life. To have so many guardians is a joy and an honor. Even more so than being my father's daughter. Of course, I would never think of questioning your ways either. So, Lady Donna, I ask of you, please leave us in peace.
You do what you want, Bartello, we're leaving.
A guardian is someone a summoner can rely on. Someone she can trust with her life. I wondered, did Yuna feel that way about me? What's she smiling about?
Lord O. The faith is below. Let's do it.
The faith?
But first, the Cloister of Trials. Kamari, Waka, ready?
Strength, everyone.
No! Ah! Hey, what gives?
You're not a guardian yet.
We'll be back as soon as we can, okay?
Oh, sure. Soon. Like tomorrow soon, I bet.
Where's Yuna?
Well, we're not promoted to Guardian yet,
Then
so we can't do
why
the
are
cloister.
you here?
Hey, I'm not a guardian, so I'm not supposed to go in, right?
Not a guardian, you say?
Hey, wait! Ah! Let me go! Go! Hey! What's the big idea?
Just a little game.
Huh? This is bad. Really bad.
Well, as you can tell, there is now more summoners than Yuna trying to go ahead and take the
Only
pilgrimage.
guardians allowed. And I'm sure no guardian. Well, I guess it's too late now.
What a way to look at it. Alright. Second Cloister of Trials. Once again, we gotta get to Destruction Sphere and release the second glyph. I'm gonna try and speed through this. No, my voice didn't get lower, I'm just not talking. Maybe it did though. I don't know, my audio is weird sometimes. But it should be good now? Alright. Go there. Take this. Insert this here. Oh, this is going to be impossible to do on 4 speed. No, we're good, we're good. Hold on, hold on. Alright. Alright, another secret treasure. Red armlet, and look at that. Glyph opened. Glyph released, I should say. I can't believe I remember all of these from just like muscle memory.
It was Donna and that big musclehead man.
Musclehead man.
Yuna will be the one to suffer the consequences.
What consequences?
She could be excommunicated.
The chamber beyond is a sacred place. Only summoners may enter.
What? Even Guardians can't go?
It's taboo.
Oh.
Just wait.
So what's in there anyway?
The faith, remember?
Oh yeah, that thing, right.
The faith are people who gave their lives to battle sin. Yevon took their souls, willingly given from their still living bodies.
Huh?
Now they live forever, trapped in statues. But when a summoner beckons, the souls of the faith emerge once again. That's what we call an Aeon.
All that in this room? So what's Yuna doing in there?
She prays with all her heart for a way to defeat sin.
There was something I didn't tell anyone else that day. That song we heard there, in the temple, I knew it from my childhood. It was proof that Spira and Zanarkand were connected. Somehow. At least to me it was. Maybe that's why suddenly, I felt like I just wanted to go home. I tried to say something to tell them, but the words wouldn't come.
Beefrit! He's at the start of every Final Fantasy game. Yes, sir!
I thought I had put my feelings for Zanarkand behind me. But they were there, and they grew inside me bigger and bigger, till I was just about ready to burst.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
To scream real loud.
I need to make that an emote. Alright, well, let's see what Beefert looks like. Maybe a little cooler than FFX.
Will you help us?
Look what else. Oh, wait, never mind. I thought he had level 2 magic! Whatever, he's a lot stronger than Valley. But that's okay. Look at that evasion. Look at him go. Alright. Let's go ahead and use Waka now.
Back on the field. Yeah.
Love it. And just like that, the ability sphere has been dropped. This is where the level grinding portion becomes fun. As now we can control the RNG of what gets dropped. You can see where this is going to become really important because right now we need a lot of ability spheres, and we're at the perfect part in the game where we can go ahead and grind them for a little bit. Also, I believe that the little tutorial part's over and we could start hitting stuff in any which order and it not caring. I wish we weren't just getting only one enemy. There we go. Does he have haste yet? Okay. Love it. Oh, the tutorial part's not over yet. Walkus is the longest. Hate to see it. That should be 2 abilities for us, though. 4! Love it. I guess we should also get power. I don't remember who has the extract power ability. But we're stacked on mana. And we're pretty good on speed, too. And there's our level 2 magic. Yeah, I like how Kamari's Ultima's right there. He has extract mana, the most useless one. Yuna has I don't think she has one. She doesn't. Alright then, there's only one character we're missing who has extract power. For the sake of spoilers, we're not going to say his name. Alright you guys, but that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining, donations, follows, everything. You guys have been awesome. I will be back tomorrow night. I will probably be a little bit later, as you guys know I start the old law school tomorrow. What a ride that will be. My classes are all at night, so expect me on at probably 10:30. I'll have to get home. I get home not even 10:30. Jeez. I don't know when to expect me on tomorrow. It may be like 11:30, if at all. I don't know. It depends on how I feel really after school. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching tonight, and donations and follows and everything like that. I hope you enjoyed Final Fantasy X. Once again, if you have any other questions on the plot or anything like that, please feel free to ask in chat, as I will do my best to answer it. I figured that we're here, I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and farm a little bit more. We should at least get like 20 or so ability spheres, but this will be my last fight. Alright, so hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Should be a good one. I'll hopefully have some pretty good stories for you guys tomorrow too, if I do decide on streaming and I'm not like dead tired after school. Alrighty, thank you guys so much. Have a nice night, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Maybe. I will definitely let you guys know. Alrighty, thank you again. Have a nice night.